Hello, family. Wow. This is a place that is unfortunately all too familiar, and it is very unfortunate in its grand scheme of things. I am going to give you all a second to come in because I want to share some very important information with you, as well as give a direct response to the Facebook Live video that I just watched that was conducted and hosted by Erica Lindsay and some of the people in the city of Joliet, Illinois. As well as I want to send a direct message to the Crosby family, to the action team, to the city of Joliet, and more importantly, to everybody that is connected and passionate about ultimately getting justice for Semaj Crosby. Again, I'm giving you all a moment to come in. You all can share it. And at any time, Erica Lindsay, as I said, it is a direct response to your live feed. I am more than willing to let you come on and speak to me directly. And unfortunately, this is the only way by which I know how to directly give a communication to you. So if you have not been made aware over the last few moments, and I'm just a straight shooter, so that's why people just can't get with me and they don't like me, because I'm a straight shooter. And I'm going to be a straight shooter in this conversation. But over the last few moments, we received correspondence from Lobby requesting that the freedom fighters of justice remove ourselves from the fight to for Semaj Crosby. And when asked to explain this position, she said that she did not want us to be ran into the dirt or the mud for the sake of fighting for this child, and that it almost repented her that she had called us to come out and support the press. And this was a very familiar place for me, because after all of the work, all of the investment, all of the sacrifice, physical, mental, all of the attacks that have been endured, I could not believe that once again we are back at a place by which we are asked to stand down. And then to go further and inquire it, why this is happening, I go and I watch Erica Lindsay's video, and I see quite a few things that I want to address. The first thing that I want to say is that Lionel Harris is funny. He is funny. He has done quite a few videos about me specifically, but I'll put this on record completely. I could be pretty funny too. And this man is sitting on camera that look like he half washed his body, and he chooses to try and to make a name for himself by trying to demean, discredit, and slander people like me and the freedom fighting team. It's not funny, because that is a black man who chooses to attempt to build his following, his relevance off of the demise of another black man. That isn't funny. As a matter of fact, that's pretty damn sad. It's funny in the sense that some of the things he say is funny, but it is very sad in the sense that the real laughing is the laughing that's being done at us, not the laughing that's being done with him. And so I resent that statement. I've looked at those videos, and yeah, I've even laughed. As a matter of fact, the one that he did when he said, "She'd posted," it was funny. But in hindsight, I'm looking at this man and saying, this man is a full force fan of mine, because you doing all these videos about me. Dude, you a fan. You're not exposing nothing. You have not put it. And then you got all the lies and all this misrepresenting information in your videos. It's very sad. You say I'm being sued by somebody that they ain't even thought about me. And as a matter of fact, you so silly. You don't know who I know. And it's real crazy that this person would do that. And it's unfortunate. So Erica Lindsay, no, he's not funny. We don't look good with this. As well as the fact that, I'll say this. I just tried to have a conversation with Lobby, and It did not go the way I would have wished it would have gone. The phone disconnected. I don't know if it was the signal or what. But the last request was that we remove ourselves from the fight. And I want to say this. We've been here before. And what I learned in being in this position is who I make my promises to. I did not make a promise to Law B. I accepted Law B's request. And myself and the freedom fighting family showed up. And we put our everything into it. And but this time, my promise was to the baby. And I'm going to help you out. I saw that story come on the news. People want to say, where were we months ago? We were busy doing other things because we thought that this was cut clear and dry, that justice would prevail and that it would not go slow because Joliet would certainly stand up and fight righteously and right for this child. And it would not take 6 months. And guess what? If it was about attention, we would have possibly, I guess if we would have showed up then it would have been about being on camera and being attention. But guess what? You've not seen me do not one thing on the news concerning this case. And when we got the call, which you cannot deny, we decided that we would take it because unfortunately, this child has not gotten justice in 6 months. And so us coming here, I didn't make the promise to Law B. I made the promise to Semaj. And the promise that I made to Semaj is that I will be in this fight until justice was done. And so with that being said, I want to say this to everybody that got something to say. I'm not going nowhere. And the freedom fighting family that recognized that this wasn't going to be easy in the first place, they're not going nowhere. We're going to continue to fight for justice for baby Semaj. I sat in my bed and I watched that story and my heart broke for this child. And if you all want to think about something at the end of the day, think about a picture of a baby who was sad and looked completely miserable being found dead in a couch in a household. Think about that. And so now this is the problem that y'all are trying to figure out. Why has this turned into a circus? This has turned into a circus, not because of us. If you do your research and look at all of this stuff with critical thinking, we have been attacked since day one. We was attacked before we even got there. All I knew was that Law B called, and all I knew is that she was the one that was on the front lines. That is how unfortunate this thing was because we were not paying attention to it. We had moved on to other stuff. And I don't need tragedy. I'm finna take that excuse away from y'all to make me relevant or to expose me. I did a video in 7-Eleven where I exposed a man that was working for discrimination that got almost 500,000 views on it. I stood on the Donald Trump rally, and I keep saying this, at the Donald Trump rally, that wasn't a tragedy. The only tragedy is that y'all let the man get elected. And I went on the stage, and that made me an international recognizable figure. I've been in activism for years. And the reason why you see me on all these news articles and all these interviews is because they know my work and they know that I'm going to consistently show up. And when I show up, I don't look for the news. The news look for me. Okay? But now at this place, I'm showing it on my own phone. We're showing it on our own phones. We are not coming to get attention. We came to bring attention. And to the people of Joliet, to Erica Lindsay, to the action team, we did not know who everybody was. So y'all say, well, did everybody get an announcement in Joliet? First of all, let me make this clear. Just because you live in the same city does not mean that you care any more or any less about this baby getting justice than I do because I live in another geographical location. That is pure ignorance that comes out of people not being critical in their thinking, educated, or understanding the bigger picture. The thing that you all should be glad about is that people would actually travel more than 30 minutes to drive all the way to Joliet to get justice for the baby. But y'all talking about the people of Joliet didn't invite you. Damn it, I don't need you to invite me. Do you understand that? I'm there because, and just because you're in Joliet don't mean that you cared any more or any less. Because if we wanted to go and take that route and be technical with it, I guess Joliet failed Semaj Crosby, the city. And unfortunately, because justice isn't done, now you should be glad that even more people across the country want to come and back y'all up. Because at the end of the day, somebody needs to be answering for what was ruled by official reports as a homicide. And so with that being said, Joliet residents, I don't come to fight y'all. We did not know about the action team. We did not know about who was doing what. And you cannot righteously expect us to know these things. But I'm going to tell you this again. I'm a small guy in stature, but I fear no man. And you are not going to bully me, nor are your threats scaring me. I've been getting threats all my life. You understand that? I've been getting slandered all my life. I've been getting lied on all my life. Y'all not throwing nothing at me or this team or the justice freedom fighters that we are not prepared for and ready to handle. And y'all need to stop lying. We are not getting on anything asking anybody for donations. Now, you can't use that no more. We got people all over the country who have committed to being a part of the freedom fighting family of justice. And they donate because they want to donate so that when we show up, you can't say that bull crap. We don't come for a resource. We come as a resource. So with that being said, I officially say this to Joliet. I officially say this to the justice, the action team. I officially say this to the residents of Joliet. I'm saying that we make ourselves available to you as a resource. We're not going anywhere. Do you understand that? We're not stopping. Our hearts are just as broken, and we're just as sad that Semaj Crosby does not have justice. And in honoring the request of Lobby, we are now separating ourselves from her at this moment. But the truth of the matter is, nobody from what I've seen, now let me tell you what I've seen as a neutral party on the outside looking in. These things happen, and they do not become something that we expect. You are only ready for what you prepare for. I do not think that Lobby, I don't think James, I don't think the action team, I don't think anybody in justice, I don't think nobody could have prepared for this. And everybody got their own way of expressing. They got their own way of doing things. Everybody not going to do it right. Some people going to mess up. But at the end of the day, grown people should be able to find a way to get to the table and try to get on the same page. And when I got to Joliet, I was met by a man named Greg Greer who attacked me. And look at this stuff is on record. If you go look on Freedom First International, if you go look on his page, if you go look on his YouTube channel, all you see is slander and attack against me and the freedom fighters. But y'all want to say that we shouldn't make it a circus or make it about us. We have been doing our best to stay focused on the mission. But we are not that kind. I'm not Al Sharpton. I'm not finna come and let y'all come and treat me like I'm some punk. Guess what? I live in South Shore, also known as Terrortown. I can walk outside my door and see somebody's brains blown out by gunfire and or be dodging bullets. I'm not afraid of what y'all talking about. So what you talking about when you say all this goon stuff, I've been around goons all my life. But at the end of the day, I serve God. And I serve people to the best of my ability. Nowhere are we perfect. But what I'm telling you is the reason why I went on my stuff and I made a fool and a spectacle out of Greg Greer is because it got to a point where diplomacy with him was no longer an option. Y'all done went and getting restraining orders. Y'all done attacked our character. Y'all done tried to rub our name in the dirt. But all we've been doing is say, but now y'all around here marching justice for Semaj. Don't you mean finally we got some help? Don't you mean finally people are now ready to come and back us up? I did not. I have been. I done got on my damn app on this stuff about 3 times now. And I done specifically said to James Crosby, I want to talk to you. I don't know how to get to you. And there are barriers. One of them is Greg Greer. I've also said to the action team, I don't know y'all. I did not know about y'all. I would love to be support. I would love to be background. I would love to back y'all up. So let's have a conversation. Still ain't been able to have that conversation. But I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do because I'm loyal. Lobby invited us there initially. I was not going to have no private meetings and I wasn't going to kick her out of anything because that would have been the wrong thing to do on our part. But now Lobby has made a decision to stop working on this with justice. But justice is not going to stop our promise to Semaj Crosby. So now you have another layer of excuse. You just lost. And I'm telling you that me and my family of the thousands across the country are going to be fighting for justice for Semaj. And you got an option. Make us a friend or keep it a circus. But my desire is that we work together in the best interest of making sure at the end of the day that this baby gets what she deserves. And that is an arrest and nothing less. I'm not interested in trying to play no games or no manipulation or nobody trying to act like they were not doing something that they was. I don't know the whole truth. I don't know the whole story. You all have even put layers as it relates to getting information. But we about justice. So I want to make this all about Semaj Crosby. I don't want this to be about me, but you are not going to keep on attacking me, and I'm not going to respond. You're not going to attack my family and the organization that I'm a part of, and we not respond. Guess why we're coming? We're coming because we're fighters, and damn it, that means we'll fight you too, if we have to. So now, we are only 2 months old. Y'all talking about misappropriations of funds, and y'all talking about fouling. You sound dumb. And I didn't call nobody a dummy but Greg Greer because he is a dummy. But at this point, I'm thinking that Greg Greer has a mental illness because this man wakes up every day posting something new about me. And I ain't even thinking about this dude. Putting up, y'all got all these fake pages. And so everybody keep talking about, oh, Joliet is a whole nother beast. I'm going to tell you something, what I am. And let me let you know, and I'm going to tell you this in confidence. You take it how you want to take it. God called me to be an atmosphere changer. So if y'all think y'all game bangers and y'all scaring somebody, let me tell you what I know for a fact. God will send, he ain't going to send nobody minor to a major situation. And if that's what y'all do to other people, you're not going to do it to me. My cousin is an idiot. It's coming. Her day coming. Greg Greer is an idiot. These people I will not work with. But for those of you all who have been the victims of confusion, I make it real clear today. I want to celebrate the work of the action team because as a matter of fact, you deserve it. But if you start turning around and acting like miserable, intimidated, inferiority complex, having organizers, I'm not going to submit or kneel down to you. But what I'm going to tell you is, again, publicly, I'm willing to come and serve however you all think it's best. The reason I'm not coming tomorrow is not because I'm afraid. It's because of some things that I've seen and some things we've been reassessing that y'all don't even know about on both sides. Did you hear me? We've been reassessing some stuff on both sides. We've seen some things that have not made us happy because we made it clear we're not attacking nobody. We're putting pressure for cooperation towards justice. The first thing that we did was that we came out to Joliet and marched through the neighborhood, went to the courthouse to let everybody become aware of it. The second thing that we did was knock on doors, brought awareness and noise in the streets to knock on doors, to introduce ourselves to residents. And the whole time y'all could have been introducing yourself if y'all literally not only was fighting for justice, but also had a little tack about yourselves. And now this is all bad, but you're not running me out of the city because guess what? You might say I'm not a citizen of Joliet, but you know what you can't say? I'm not a resident of Illinois. And that's what we all are. You can't say I'm not a citizen of the country. You can't say that I'm not black. It's more stuff that brings us together than it is that divides us. And so today, in complete frustration, but in the interest of justice, I say let's try to get on the same page. Let's try to work together. And so and to finish that thought, the reason I'm not coming tomorrow is because what's happening tomorrow, from what I understand, is not specifically about justice being done for Semaj. What I'm understanding about tomorrow is that it is to express the reforms that have been put in place because of the Semaj case. And so what I decided to do was to pull back and not be a distraction to the good work that was done by whoever did it. I can't even remember the name of the group, but to not be a distraction of those who actually got the director of DCFS to come out to talk about reforms in DCFS, not necessarily about headway and getting justice for Semaj. So I then determined and assessed that it was not something that I needed to attend. It was something that I could then get the updates as the rest of the nation does. And so I did not have to worry about publicity and being seen on camera because when I show up, I know that the media might question me. I thought it was best that I sat on the sidelines for this one. That is why we were not coming tomorrow. But guess what? After tomorrow, we will be back. Now, the question is, can we have a conversation with you before we get there? And I will not, because it is now a legal matter, and it is now placed in the hands of our attorneys. I will not, and I cannot have any dealings with Greg Greer, because Greg Greer has taken a position by which diplomacy is no longer an option. Do I want to separate y'all or make y'all or put a difference between the two of y'all? Nope, I don't. I'm telling you what I will not and I cannot do. But the action team, the residents of Joliet, the family of Semaj Crosby, the officials on the case, I am very much so willing to humble myself and have a communication with you. The people who have concerns. As a matter of fact, there you go. I put it on public record. I am coming back to Joliet. And what I will be doing is getting a place so that you all, this is what I'm talking about. I can say and I can show what I mean. I'm coming to Joliet not to create chaos, not to be in no drama, not to make no circus. I'm coming to Joliet. After you all's thing tomorrow, Erica Lindsay, if you want to come on, because I see you on here now, you can come on. But I'm coming to Joliet to put myself on the carpet, to humble myself before y'all, and to answer any question that you have. I would also ask the justice team to do so. But what I will tell you is because you all have made took the stance that you've taken and you all have made this a hostile situation, I will make sure that the protection is there for us. But the protection will not be there for a fight. The protection that will be there will be so that we all, at the end of the day, be safe. Not just me, but y'all too. And we will use the Freedom Fund resources to do it because it's in the interest of getting justice. It is official business. And that all while trying to organize a national apparatus. I don't got time to be fighting with y'all. I don't got time to be coming for drama.